Hey, I just wanted to make a recording and pull some energy out. Mostly I'm testing my microphone, seeing how it's doing. I had to get it reset up. I'm using a different cord. It's not on the camera anymore, so that's something. But yeah, I figured I just had a feeling, had a calling to do a reading. So we'll see what comes out here, and I'm going to go from there. My name's Alice. This is Ravenfortea. If you found this space, then you're meant to find this space and you're meant to find this message. Spirits, ancestors, elements, please watch over this reading. Please give us your guidance and your light and show us the truth of the matter and the truth of the path. The devil. So there's that little bit of stepping into self-power, stepping into that part of ourselves, maybe doing shadow work, focusing on that side of things. I do want to do the reading from this book because I like this book. There we go. The devil is all about the destructive behaviors that keep us tied up in bondage. This card carries with it the 7 deadly sins: envy, gluttony, greed, lust, pride, sloth, and wrath. These attributes are, more often than not, self-inflicted, but the devil can also point to an abusive person in your life. So be sure to keep your guard up. With the devil, the only way to be set free is to break these patterns and begin the healing process. That's that shadow work I was talking about, right? But it can be hard to pull yourself away from the things that give you instant gratification. Remind yourself that you deserve nothing but the best, and if you do the hard work now, the payoff at the end will be near. So yeah, maybe we're falling into those cycles of just doing the thing that's easy, taking I gotta have an energy drink because I can't do this thing unless I have an energy drink, because then I won't have the energy, even though you have the energy. Like, really, the energy drink just helps you burn through your energy faster in a day so that you're more tired. The only real upside of them is that you probably get proper vitamin B12 supplementation, which we don't get from our food because our food isn't as healthy as it should be. But yeah, we're going to keep this devil out, and I want to tap into the Mystical Shaman deck to see if maybe there's something that can help with this devil card and can help us steer our path. The devil doesn't have to be a bad thing. The rainbow. So the light is here. The light is kind of shining, and it's moving quickly. It's traveling through and past the moon, which that's where we are, as we're past the full moon now, right? The next one coming up is the new moon, and we go back into that cycle. And the sweat lodge. So yeah, that energy is moving fast, and this is what we need to focus on. The sweat lodge and beauty way. We need to focus on the self, the rest, the healing, the inner beauty, the joy within ourselves and within our lives, and the greatness that's within you. The greatness that's within you. Sometimes that's the quickest connection to God or spirit or the creator or whatever you want to call unifying energy. Like whatever unifying energy is something you could call it. It's just the concept that we live, and like we're here and we're present and we have a life. And we have the things we need to do in it, and we can just carry on with that. We can carry forward with that. We don't need to make it this big deal. We don't need to jump into all these things. We don't need to be like, oh, it's the devil. It's bad. This is a bad reading. This is going to be bad. Everything's terrible. Oh no, what are we going to do? What are we going to... And it'll just get worse. Like, that's just going to get worse. It won't help to obsess like that. It won't help to think about that. It helps to detach and let go and move on, and just like, if something's really stressing you and you're feeling like you're really stressed, you need to do something different. You need to connect to something different. You need to like wash the windows in your house. Like it's cleansing, sure. Yeah, it's good for spiritual reasons, but also it's just a chore that you need to do. When's the last time you did it? Really? Like, I would say you should do it at least once a month. I don't know what the recommendation is. But that's what I would guess, you know? Like, I have kids. My screen door, I should clean that thing every week. I don't, though. Because, like, that would be a lot of energy on my end, and it's not something I care about. Kids' fingerprints on the windows means that, like, kids live here. Because kids live here. I had them. They're my kids. I made that choice, right? Like, if I tried to get them to live in a terrarium, they wouldn't be happy. They live in a house, and it's for the family, and it's full of crafts, and it's full of, like, fun things, and there's other stuff to do. But there's also responsibilities in the house, right? And both things need to happen, but the card energy is telling me, like, you've been focusing a lot on your responsibilities, and you've been focusing a lot on that, like, oh, I gotta do this stuff because this is the stuff I have to do in society. Now you need to take a little bit of that present time, and you need to focus on yourself, and you need to focus inward, and you need to focus on your rest and your recovery and your journey, because if you don't do that, like, man, will the devil sure rear its head and make you do that. Like, that happened to me. I was, hi, I'm a productive member of society. I have done a lot of things. I have been super productive. I was a really great blue collar worker, and I became a paramedic, which is like the tradesman of healthcare, and it was great, and I hammered it, and I hammered it, and I hammered it, and I was good at it. I am good at it. But my body fell apart. I let the devil and things push me, and I didn't take that time to kind of just take care of myself. And now I was forced to take that time. I've been on disability for like almost 3 years, and I'm finally feeling like I am alive. Like, I got that rest in, I got that sleep in, I got that self-care in, I got all that stuff in, and it just made everything better. You don't have to wish for it. This is the wishing card. It can just happen. You can just sit at the well. You don't have to throw a coin in. You don't have to think about anything else. You don't have to do anything special. You just have to be. Because you just have to be. That's life, right? Like, we just have to be. The warrior is strong in people. Like, it's strong in us. It's strong in our society. Because we needed it for so long. And now, like, we don't need it in that sense anymore. That people think, like, the warrior, the people who are dropping bombs on neighborhoods, those aren't fighters. Those are cowards. It's true. I see the warrior in a lady who does childcare for other people and takes on, like, 6 to 8 kids in her house and takes care of them all properly and makes sure that they're all fed and make sure that they all have fun and they all have a good time and they enjoy themselves and they are safe. That's warrior energy. People who are like, oh, let's go get guns and drop bombs on people. Those aren't warriors. Those aren't fighters. Those are cowards. Who just want more stuff. Like, that's the only reason they're doing it is so they can get more stuff. There's no other reason. And there's enough stuff here. They don't even need it. They just want it. Because, like, the devil's in the details, right? Cycles. Things come in cycles, things go in cycles, things just carry on in life. We can do it one way, we can do it another way, we can change the way we do it. The card I drew for the Oracle draw earlier today was the many paths card, because there are many paths. You can walk them all. You walk every single one, and if at the end of it, you're still like, this is my purpose and this is what I'm going to do, and you go for it, then all that walking along the path was worth it. Even if you got distracted, if you weren't ready to be like, this is my purpose and I need to pursue it, then the path and just walking and living your life is what you're supposed to be doing. There doesn't have to be something special. The special things happen in the little moments and in the little details and in those little fine interactions. Most of the time, one-on-one with somebody. And a lot of the time, that's what people are trying to find when they're scrolling. Like, they're just trying to find that connection with somebody. That's why I'm here. Because, like, I'm just trying to find connection with people. And I've been called to share these messages and to share what I pull out from the cards. And that comes from me. That's one of my purposes. One of my purposes is to pass the messages on and make sure that other people get the messages they need and make sure that it's heard. Because people stopped listening. People stopped having self-worth in themselves. They stopped caring about that love inside. And that's the thing that, like, sparks everything. If you have that love inside and you have that self-worth and you care for yourself, then everything's going to come through. Everything's going to line up. It's all going to work out. I've got one more card for you. We started this with a tarot card. We did all oracle cards in between, and we're going to end it with a tarot card. The Four of Rods. You're in union with the things you need to be in union with. You are supported. You are connected. I love that there's no people on these cards, because I find sometimes that the people on the cards get distracting. Because, like, I'm not here to talk about other people in your life. I'm here to talk about you. Because you're the one that matters. You can have connections with other people. You can have engagements with other people. I don't think, based off of this reading, I don't think this has anything to do with anybody else. This is your marriage to yourself. If you want to take care of a spouse properly, you have to take care of yourself properly. If you're not taking care of yourself properly, then you can't take care of anyone. Because you're proving that. Because you can't take care of you. Right? So, like, these connections, this unity, this secureness is here. Accept it. Peace, love, and unicorns. Allie out.